What's going on, y'all? It's the Kid J Nolan here. Hey man, got some Bad Bunny news, and it's looking like it's bad news for him, okay? Bad Bunny is being sued by his ex-girlfriend for allegedly using her voice recordings without consent, and she's seeking 40 million big ones. Man, a lot of people are suing artists and musicians in the game right now. This seems to be like the big come up because people know if you aim high, you might get somewhere in the middle or even on the low end, $200,000-$300,000. You pay your lawyers off, whatever. You get a couple extra ducats to pay your rent off for a few months. They're gonna do whatever it takes. But let's get into the actual storyline. So Carliz Cruz Hernandez, she recorded like a breathy version of saying Bad Bunny's name, like Bad Bunny baby or something like that. You know, kind of like how Maybach Music has that tag. This was used on two of Bad Bunny's songs. She's claiming that her voice and the tagline that was used was her own creation that she made up out of her mind. And they basically ran off on the plug from her after utilizing her voice on those tracks. Now, this is the thing. Did you sign anything in the studio to entitle you to this? If not, it's going to be tough because split sheets and things of that nature are going to come up in litigation. With no official documentation, it can get a little tricky. Now, this is in Puerto Rico's jurisdiction, which is an American country, so we're gonna have to see how this thing plays out. In addition to Bad Bunny, she's also suing his manager, Noah. So as the story goes, in May of 2022, a Bad Bunny representative reached out to De La Cruz saying he needed to talk to her. In that call, they said, "I know you don't like to talk about Voldemort being Bad Bunny, but I need to ask you something," the lawsuit stated. He offered her $2,000 to buy the recording of her voice. She then declined and then spoke with someone at Remus Entertainment, that is the label that Bad Bunny is signed to. They're an independent company. And they also offered to buy it, saying that the recording would be used in his upcoming album, Un Verano Sin Ti. The deal was never reached and the song was published without her consent, according to her account. Unfortunately, phone calls can also be tricky in courts of law, right? Unless you have a recording of that phone call, it's going to be very hard to verify that an offer was made. She then spoke to someone at Remus Entertainment. Was this an in-person account? Was this another phone call? Was this recorded? I don't even know what the recording consent is in Puerto Rico, right? Like in some states, you got to get people's consent to even record audio of their voice. Otherwise, in some places, it can't even hold up in court because you never got their consent to let them know that you were recording. In many states, you don't need that, but in some you do. So this is where things get a little tricky. Now, what she can verify is that she indeed is the voice on the song. I think that can hold up in court, but still, you're going to need some sort of documentation to say that you did this under the expectation that you would be paid for it, right? Because you went in the studio and just recorded it. You didn't take no upfront money. You didn't sign no kind of contract. You didn't present them with any kind of contract. So you didn't go in business oriented yourself. And I'm not faulting you because a lot of people have done this and made this same mistake. However, when you come back later and you try to sue people and you try to get some sort of money or a settlement, that's where things get difficult. Remus Entertainment allegedly said that they wanted to buy the vocal from her. And I'm going to tell y'all something, man. With the way that you can edit projects and edit albums these days, they would almost come out better just editing the project. All right, we used her vocal on 2 songs. Go back in the studio, get the engineer to delete her vocal, put the song back in there, and nobody would ever know the difference. Your fans might be like, dang, what happened to that tag? And you can try to Mandela affect it and be like, it never happened. Or you be like, hey, man, she came tripping. We wasn't finna pay, so we took it off. Now, I'm a big advocate for paying your people. I think that they should have, created a way for her to, be compensated up front. I think that there should have been, at the bare minimum, she should have received a small percentage of royalty for that, 5%. You know what I mean? 5% of a Bad Bunny song is amazing. This dude is generating billions of dollars under his namesake in the music industry right now. He is even more valuable than Drake at this current moment. So just having 5% of 2 songs on his album, 2% of 2 songs on his album, not gonna be no crazy amount of money, but it definitely would set her up better than that $2,000 that y'all offered. Y'all could probably pay off her rent for a couple months. Again, this is really nothing for Bad Bunny and his team because they're bringing in so much cash flow. All I can really say in this instant is I wish everybody the best of luck in this situation. I think if her voice was used on those songs, she indeed should be entitled to some kind of compensation. $40 million. I don't think you're going to get that. I don't think you're going to be entitled to that for having a 2-second snippet on 2 songs. You might get $1 million. You might get 500,000. Or like I stated before, you might get your ass deleted and no payment. All of those things are options. Let me know what y'all think of this down below in the comments, man. If this your Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the post notification bell for all updates, and I will see you guys on the next one, okay? Much love and respect, y'all. Peace. But